Hello and welcome everybody to Crusader Kings III Extreme Edition. So just once again, like with Anno 1800, I'm trying this game now on the hardest difficulty. So as hard as it possibly get in my opinion. And if you're new to this game, I urge you to watch my other two playthroughs with the Celtic Throne and the Wrath of the Northmen. And in this case here, we're going to start a new game, and actually a game that is pretty close to where I live, Salzburg. Because there's an interesting county when we start at 867, and in this case we're also going to play with the Ironman mode, so of course there's no manual saving anymore. We only have to use the autosave. If we do a mistake, it is permanent. So that is quite interesting. And we're also going to take, well, probably one of the most difficult starting positions, at least in my opinion. And nope, it's not somewhere out here in the desert, because there you have smaller counties everywhere, which is really easy to conquer one by one. What we're doing is we're going into the heart of Europe. As we can see right here in the middle, there is something that is called Grisons. And in Grisons, we do have Count Ermenolfo of Grisons. He's quite young, and in my opinion this is one of the most difficult starting positions you can have, because you're surrounded by three big major empires, which is East Francia, Lotharingia and Italy. And what we can see is that I live in Salzburg here, so my goal is to conquer the whole Alps region, right? So that is something that we want to go. We want to become emperor of the Holy Roman Empire and probably of Italy too, and something along the lines beside world domination. This is pretty hard, so just to see at the difficulty settings, we're going to enable the Ironman, and pretty much we leave everything on default. There are no really extremely hard choices that you can make, so it's usually, you know, between default and none. So in that case, there's not much that would increase the difficulty that much. We're going with Ironman. If I changed something too much here, then I would lose the Ironman. For example, the no end date, then I would have no achievements, and I want that, and we want the Ironman in that case. So we have the highest difficulty, which is normal. We're playing on Ironman. We are going to play here in the center. The thing with Grisons is that, well, it is not part of any empire yet, which makes it even more difficult. So if we don't act quickly, we will get destroyed within minutes. And our goal is, well, to survive. I cannot promise you that we get very long in this game. I cannot say how far we get at all. It's going to be very difficult. Everything we do is permanent. And with that, let's enjoy the ride. Alright, and here we are in the county of, well, or the barony of Jur, or the county of Jur, the city of Jur, whatever. It's a very strange name, and in that case, here we are, Count Ermenolfo of Grisons. We do have a beautiful wife. We are, what I can see already, is a schemer, so this is random every time we play this one. We have some good intrigue and stewardship skills, and we have a daughter at the moment, which is not the worst thing that can happen. A daughter is pretty good, I think, for beginnings. We have our wife. She is good at stewardship, very good, that's good. So she's a fortune builder, that will help us for a bit of money. And as we can see, here we are independent at the moment. We have no liege, and we are surrounded. So we are surrounded by East Francia, Lotharingia and Italy. So we're surrounded by three big kingdoms, and that is a problem. If I unpause the game now, I promise you we will die within 2 or 3 minutes, because whoever comes the quickest will get me. You know, they're so strong, they will just swallow me up. So in order to survive the first year, what we need to do is we need to vassalize ourselves. We have the choice of 3 kings, and we need to decide who king should be our new liege. Very important, because within a kingdom you can fight against others without fighting the king directly. If you're outside, you're fighting the whole kingdom. So I need to vassalize myself in order to advance, in order to expand. It's the only path forward. Let's have a look at the king of East Francia. This is my favorite one, because I live in Salzburg, so I do have an emotional connection with this, and my first goal is to become the mountain king of the Alps, obviously, right? So we want to get all of this stuff here, and then probably expand, and in that case, East Francia looks just way more promising to me. The other thing is that the kingdom of Italy is stronger at the moment. So the king is weak. That is pretty good for us too. The king is not so likely to press claims or call us to war all the time, because he's probably under a lot of pressure anyway, so that is a good thing as well for us, right? So the first thing I'm doing right away is I swear fealty to King Ludwig II the German. That will be our first thing, because then we also enjoy the protection of this kingdom, and the Kingdom of Italy or Lotharingia wouldn't attack us anymore right away. That is very important. On the other hand, we still are prone to attacks from our direct neighbors, which is Zurich, St. Gallen, Ravensburg and Alpsee. And this is really difficult, this position here. I tried it so many times, and it is incredibly hard to defend yourself, or to stay alive actually, before you get swallowed by the first one. Zurich is extremely powerful. So in that case, he will be very aggressive early on. St. Gallen is a poor, or well, a weak bishop. Now, why do I want to go with either one of these? Because we are in the county of Grisons, which is part of the Duchy of Kreuzer. And the Duchy of Kreuzer, as we can see, which is basically Switzerland, the county or the duchy here is consisting of Grisons, St. Gallen and Zurich. So I'm in direct competition with those two here. They will attack me as early as possible. Now, the Count of Zurich is pretty strong and the bishop is pretty weak, so I'm inclined to go with the bishop first, because I'm weak myself and I could still have a chance against him. If I get him, I would have a claim on Zurich automatically because it's part of the duchy. Right, so in that case, that would be my first goal towards this one here. Right, let's go with our lifestyle choice first. We're still a young pup. We are 17 at the moment, so lifestyle is very important, and intrigue, as we can see, it's basically rolled out for us. Let's go with this. And here we now have to choose a focus. First, we want to go with intrigue +3. That would be the skullduggery focus, or the temptation, which gives us a fertility bonus, which is so important. We need children for alliances. Right, so let's go with temptation first. Attraction opinion is +10 as well. We do have quite a lot of intrigue points, so I don't think that we need to focus on something like that. So going with temptation gives us the fertility bonus, and since we are all alone, I want babies, lots of them. Plus, I think there is something here, yes, once again, like weeds in a garden with another 30% fertility. That is something that I would like to get. And intrigue is pretty cool as well, because here, for example, we have then the enables the abduction scheme, so we can kidnap someone and, well, demand ransom for it. That is pretty cool. Now, we are going to be in the kingdom then of East Francia. That means that one of these is my first target. And let's have a look at the council. Before we unpause, we still have that to do. First of all, my wifey here, Amalia, she is pretty good at managing the domain, and I'm going with that right away. This gives me a nice boost to my tax income, and we are feudal, which means that money is very important. Money and piety amongst all. We have a bishop. We're not endorsed by him, and he doesn't particularly like us, though he's good at it, right? He's good at learning. So what I'm doing first is I'm going to appoint him as my court physician. Costs me a bit, but in that case it improves the relationship right away. We could then also go with a bit of money there if we want, or we could, well, since we are a schemer, we could sway our opinion with him. And I'm actually inclined to make this my first one. The thing is, though, it would give us a bit of stress because we are shy. So there is always the problem with scheming that we get a bit of stress. Let's wait on that. My steward is +12. He's not so good. Do we have a better one available? Nope, we don't. So in that case, we keep him for now. All Alrech he's called, and we're going to increase the county development of Grisons, which is what we need to do. Because with the higher development of our county here, the more taxes and the more levies we get out of this one, right? So increasing development here is very important early on. As we can see, we get at the moment 196 levies out of it, and we want to increase that as well. Now, next up is my marshal. We just check real quick. We have 5 out of 5 knights, so I will not need the trained commander and rather go with organized levies right away. He's 11. That would be someone that is better, but it costs me. I don't know. Not yet. And we have the spy master. I keep her and disrupt schemes. My chancellor can continue with foreign affairs. It gives me a nice prestige bonus. And other than that, my council is looking fine. Let's unpause the game. So, first of all, we have the wedding celebration. We just freshly married. Do we want to get money or prestige out of it? We go with the money for now. Right, and he also accepts my vassalization. So we're now part of East Francia. Right, so that's it. This is our liege now. And as we can see, something big is happening now because we are in East Francia. We can now see all its dividings, you know, all its different duchies and stuff like that. For example, Italy, we cannot do that. We cannot see who's who. But in In East Francia we can do that now because we are part of it. And that means we can also now wage war against neighbors without having to wage war against the king himself. Now I know that Zurich is going to be really powerful, so we do have a bit of money. What I'm doing first is, first and foremost, we do need to get a bit of men-at-arms there up and running. And in that case, light bowmen, forest and hills, the footmen are in forest and tiger, the armored footmen are basically have no effect, and the light horsemen have plains. Plains is important since St. Gallen is plains and Zurich, oh, Zurich is mountains. Do we have something good against mountains? None of them is. Or do we still wait on that? Let's go with light footmen first. Let's go with a bit of soldiers that we can get up, the numbers we can get up. Now, we're still alone. Huge problem. We're still totally alone, but we have a daughter, and we can use a daughter. She is Alicia di Stazione, and yeah, we want to find a marriage for her, right? And we want to find a marriage with a good alliance power. Now, we do have Bourbon here, which is Bourbon. Let's have a look. With 1,000 soldiers, it's over here, so it's a bit further away from us. We have Besançon, we have Napoli, and we have Ceredigion. Oh, this is too weak then here, right? So Bourbon is probably the best that we can have right now, or Bourbon as it's called, right? So we're going with them right away. It doesn't matter that my daughter doesn't get anything out of it. It is purely for the alliance power that we get out of it. So we should get a confirmation about that. There we have it. We now have an alliance with them, with Count Eudes, right? And in this case here, this boosts our power significantly, right? This is also a good shield against this guy here, Hunfrid, because he is spying on us. He wants me, because I'm part of his, well, future duchy. In that case, we are big rivals here. I need to get rid of him at some point. Now, we do have a few soldiers available now. We do have our marshal. How many soldiers could we raise? 183 at the moment. The bishop has 186, so he's a bit stronger, but we do have an alliance. And in that case, what I need now is a claim. So we're going to fabricate our first claim now on St. Gallen here, which we want. And as we can see, it's being now claimed. Also, development is increasing here at the same time. We're not endorsed by the bishop. I know that is something I cannot really do right now, and Grisons has got the beneficial deal because of my wife, because of her excellent stewardship skills, and that means that all building construction costs 10% less. I'd rather go with money, to be honest. And she's pregnant, very good. And as we can see, Zurich, declared war on us now. And this is always happening. What we can do is we can call him now to war. This will cost me, I think, a bit of prestige. No, since it is a defense war, he will come to our aid. We can raise our armies. They're not that strong, so he will be stronger. But, that's a big but, I want to decimate them so he cannot lay raid or siege to us, right? There's my ally coming with 1,000 soldiers. This is going to be interesting. This is always what happens when you play as this county. He's always going for you. And as we can see, we are also waging war then, I think, against this guy here, who's the ally, right? Yeah, this is the ally. So I'm going to help my ally now, fighting his army. And then we are coming back, again, well, for him there, I think. And the child is lost. Oh, he caught us. And we do have the claim seat done. So we do now have a claim there as well. We have lost the battle there, but our ally is still there as well. So enforcing a white piece might be the best option that we get right away. We lost the marshal. We can assign a new one, though he's not that good. Right, he's fighting still. My ally is coming in now as well to my rescue, hopefully. And as we can see, he's laying siege now to the county of Zurich there. She's pregnant once again. That's probably because we are so fertile with all the traits that we have. Alright, he's coming once again. It's always this very first battle that is so lethal. I've died so many times to that, it's incredible really. And Ludwig is being attacked by King Lothair there as well. This is complex though as well, because Lotharinga is now at war with our king there. And a new flame. Over the years, I've received a great deal of portraits from various noble women, both foreign and local. Until now, they have mostly gathered dust in some attic. Perhaps I should bring them out. You gained picky about partners, or I could picture myself with someone new, but bring out the portraits. And in her portrait, Emir, what? You have her as a portrait? The wife of Emir Abdul al-Aziz of Aslamit is posing with an adorable little dog. Let's say picky about partners. Let's rather go with that. We're still alive. That is good. I think this guy here got just destroyed by Lotharingia, which is a bad coincidence for him. And we also got a new claimant now, so Count Alberico has now a claim on my county, which is not so bad, or not so, well, bad in general, because he's part of Italy. So if he would declare war on us, the two kingdoms would be at war with each other. So in that case, that's good for us. Now, we can go with enforced demands. So he will lose the claim on my Grisons. He pays me 64 coin. Basically, everything that we wanted. The war is over. We survived the first attack. Whew. Huge one. And we only were possible, we won't only be able to do that because we are allied with him. And he was a big help for us right now. So that's that. We also get a new point with that. And I would like to say with fertility that we already have a few babies on the way now, I think. Truth is relative, we could fabricate claims. And I really want to go with the abduction there as well at some point, because this gives you lots of money. Let's go with the wheat first, and then we go to the kidnapper. Alright, Emenulfo, you're really going somewhere, I can feel that. We still don't have a decent army or something like that. We have too few knights at the moment. Yep, so we will have to train some new ones. And in that case, we have the claim on St. Gallen. That is fine. We have the prestige. We might actually have a war or chance against him at some point. Alright, my army still need to lay them down again. And let's just have a look at him. He is actually raided at the moment. And we got a new son. And we got the first son actually. Very good. Clement, Alexander, Simon. Simon sounds good. Yeah, we got Simon now. We got a son. How good is that? And I want to train him after me. We are good at stewardship and intrigue. He should be the same. Let's actually educate him right away. Let's start with that. Simon di Stazione. And he's now our heir. That is perfect. For my heir, we could go with a wife right away. Now, let's just find... Alliance power is probably not so important now anymore. Let's have a look. Genius trait, Eudokia would be one. She's the only one with genius right now. Now, in that case, genius is congenital. So you give it to your children. Very important. I don't know though. She's old, so once he reaches the age of 16, she will be almost too old to get children of her own. Plus, I don't get any alliance with her, so I'm not going with that right away. We're going to once again sort it with alliance power. And Napoli, Nordgau, Chateau Thiers, none of them is really powerful at the moment, so we're waiting on that. I think he's actually allied then. We would have the same ally, Nordgau. He's got the same ally there. As we can see, we are under siege right now because we are part of the kingdom. And oh, yes, Bavaria declared independence and is fighting now for the kingdom of Bavaria. So Bavaria lost, or well, left us. So in that case, as we can see, lots of stuff is happening at the moment. East Francia, I think, is dividing up. Grisons is still under siege. It doesn't really matter for us at the moment, right? The only thing, we lose a bit of income there at the moment. We've lost someone though. Oh, my wife is in prison now. Huh. Commander, we got a new commander, Adalbero von Österreich. Actually, he's from my country, so... Is he good at anything? He's good at marshal. Yes. Hello and welcome. We got a bad marshal at the moment. You are my new marshal now. And we got a chancellor. Yeah. Reinhard, you're going to be my chancellor for now. In that case, everything else should be fine as is. We do have... Oh, I still need one more knight though. Oh god, this is stressful. My wife is in prison now, so we cannot make babies at the moment. I do need more babies. My daughter is in prison. I don't care about that for the moment. And I never expected I would grow as close to Duke Thankolf as I have done in the past years. Who? Thüringen. He's far away. How can we be in contact? I never want to see his face again. I'm still not convinced. Oh, there the shy trait really is, you know, a huge disadvantage, because whenever we are interacting with someone we get stress. Not good. We don't have that much stress yet. It's also a good thing to become friends though, so I'm going to go with the stress there. He is in Thüringen, which is up here. Is it possible for us to do something? Nope. At the moment it's not possible. We can declare we have low control in my county. Alright, there's still a war going on, which is very bad for everyone basically here in my surroundings, in my neighborhood. As we can see, who is actually attacking us? I think Italy! It's Italy and Lotharingia, right? We are at war against Italy, East Francia. No, actually we're against war against everyone basically. Our king is, at least, which is not the biggest problem for us. I hope we're not losing though the duchy to another kingdom. That would be very bad for us. I think soldier-wise we're really down to 0 at the moment. I could declare war actually. They're vastly inferior. I would lose some piety because it's a bishop. But I cannot do that at the moment. We need to wait until the war is over. There are 3 wars against us right now. Incredible. I'm not helping my king though. He hasn't asked for help yet. I have no idea who will win this one. County development is important for us. Few knights, yep, and we're not endorsed by our bishop. Did we get a new one? Yes, we got a new bishop. Let's appoint him as the court physician. Now we are endorsed by him. He's pretty good. 22 learning. That is fine for us. And what is happening with my wife? The king of Italy has her. He will not pay, or he doesn't want anything right now. He probably wants to wait until the war is over. This is really bad though. We don't have our wife at our side at the moment. And we got a new lifestyle perk there as well. Now we go with truth is relative. So that we go towards the kidnapping. There's so many things happening. Look at that. What is going on here? Basically everyone is fighting everyone at the moment. And your liege won the war with Duke Hostivit. Very good. So one war is over. But we are losing the other wars. So we are losing against Frank here. And we are losing the war against Bavaria. Quite so. A Swabian man from Grisons has come to petition me for increased representation in my government. My lord, we are loyal subjects, yet we have no say in how your communities are governed. Would it be so much to ask for one of our own people to have a place in your administration? And you get a strong hook on Andreas von Schwaben, or zu Schwaben. And he gains 50 opinion. Or he joins my court. Is he good? Oh, very good at diplomacy. Yes. My new chancellor, I think. Because we got a very bad one there. Now we got a very good one. And he's good at foreign affairs, which we basically will keep him now. Alright. My king is still losing. And what? Another one declared war on him. Isn't that incredible? And my son and heir Simon is an unusually calm child. When others play the wild games, Simon often withdraws to some silent corner. Yes, he comes just after the father. The father is shy already. So in that case, pretty much the same. Come on, can these wars end, please? I mean, look at that landscape here right now. I guess it's too much to ask to declare war on the bishop now. Is that a good choice? I don't think so. And my friend, oh, that's the guy from Turing. My hunters captured this live stag, and its grace and majesty reminded me of you. Please accept it as a token. And it will make some really delicate cuts of meat. Or you gain a garden stag. Let's do this. That's much better than a one-time bonus. We have a stag now in our gardens. Must be good for something, right? Now, Grisons, we're still alive. My king is losing the next war. That is the Kingdom of Bavaria. There it's over. And thus Bavaria is independent for now. So that means for us that we cannot go against it anymore directly. No! He's still the liege. He's still the vassal of the king. Okay, then it was probably for something else. I have no idea. Because they were at war with each other. But it seems like the war is over. And Bavaria... Or did Bavaria lose? No idea. We got a new commander. He is also from Austria, Österreich, and he's got 14 martial skills. We got a good martial though. And he's very bad at everything else. So let's get rid of him. And in that case, my commander can now train the troops again. This will increase our levy stand by a bit. There's still the war here against, I think, Lotharingia. So we are defending ourselves against them. And what is actually the goal? Oh, the goal is the claim on East Francia. So he has the claim on the whole kingdom. Right, and we are or my king is losing this one. So we probably will see a new king soon. The king, the war against Italy is over though. Okay, he still doesn't want to give me back my wife. Because he doesn't like me? I don't know, we might go with a sway scheme. Oh no, we're still at war. Alright. He's an ally of Lotharingia, the king of Italy. Yeah. So they're fighting both right now. We also get a bit of money because of efficient county taxes. And we got a new perk. Digging for dirt. Find secret progresses faster. And then we have the enable abduction scheme. And what we can also do is we can ask the head of faith for gold. Why? Because we do have enough piety. I think it's 250. Yes, 250 piety. And for the Pope. And he would give us 100 gold for it. And of course we say yes to that. 100 gold is pretty fine. Right? As we can see, we got 224 gold now. We're going to use that money right away. We have light footmen for armored footmen. Right? So our second man-at-arms. We're doing that right away. Now, increased control is fine. I want to collect the taxes. Because we need a bit more taxes. Plus, where is my wife? I want my wife back. It's still not possible. Your liege won the war. What? How is this possible? No. No, something else happened now. My liege did not win the war. Because now my new king is Lothair, the second of Lotharingia. Right, so we got a new one now. He swallowed the other one. Ah yeah, there it is now. He lost the war. So we got a new king now. And we are now part of Lotharingia. In that case, not a big deal, you know. Going to happen quite some time. But now, it's time again for us to wage war. We could have that. We still have the alliance of Bourbon. Or Bourbon, that is. He doesn't have an alliance, so we might actually declare war on him. In that case... let's wait to have 100 piety first. That's a fast thing to do. And can we now get our wife back? We still cannot do that. What is wrong with you? Alright. I'm sorry, Amalia, but I have to divorce you. I also cannot do that. I need 100 piety for that. Oh goodness. What should we do? We cannot get any other heirs at the moment. My daughter is also in prison. Oh, for 50 gold. Oh, for favor. For 50 gold. Wait a second. We can get our wife back. For 25 gold. My wife is less important than my daughter. Alright. Thank you for that. And please come out now of prison. Very good. My daughter can stay in prison because the only thing we use her for is the alliance with him. You know, so he's still betrothed. So we're still an alliance with him. In that case... yeah, stay in prison. I don't care about you. I care about my son though. We still need to find an alliance now. Perhaps something changed. Connacht. Now that is too far away. Rossano. Weak. Napoli. Napoli sounds good, but they're so far away. And Rossano is also far away. Osori, Desmond, Turing. Yeah. We're already friends. It makes sense for us to have an alliance. And I think we're going with alliance. Right, it's not about skills in this case. Sure thing, genius trait is the best, of course, but alliance is way more important. I need alliances as a defense and as an offense to fight them. Right, we do have 2 alliances now. We have enough prestige to call one of them to war. Oh, and my counselor Andreas died. We just got him. We could recruit this one here. He's pretty good. He's pretty good at stewardship. So he's going to be my new steward. And diplomacy. Oh god, they're also bad. Yes, 5 diplomacy, that's fine. The development of the county is much more important to me than anything else. Right, and we still haven't advanced, so really, let's try with St. I mean, the good thing is, so far we survived. That is a really good thing, for starters. Right, surviving the first years. How do you like the stew, my lord? Mixed in with pieces of vegetables, of fatty chunks of meat, the stringy textures interrupted with what looks to be a short and sparse fur. When asked about the ingredients, my private cook, Jacinta, only smiles and tries to placate me. My only wish is to serve you. This is an intrigue challenge. And let's just be happy because we only have a 26% chance of getting some experience points. Alright, so far we are alive. Hope you enjoyed this one. Next episode we're trying to go with St. Gallen and Zurich. We still have to unite our county, our barony, but as you can see, this is really, really difficult and it's actually the duchy. Stay tuned.